This was BMR, okay? This is the example of BMR. I wasn't Zen mode में नहीं गया था मैं. Alright, what's up you guys? You are watching Zealocity, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about weight gain. In this video, if you are looking to weight gain, you'll get everything that you should know or you need to know about weight gain. I have been requested for weight gain videos a lot. I've already made a weight gain video, but in this video, I thought, okay, let's make a fresh one for you guys so that you are on the right track and you know more information which you can use if you want to gain healthy weight and if you're looking to stay healthy overall. Okay, so please watch the video till the very end and do not miss anything because it might be important, and if you skip from the half, then you won't understand everything. Let's get into the video. So number one, I'm going to be talking about some health repercussions that can happen if you're underweight. Okay, because people think, oh, मैं तो पतला हूँ, मेरे को जिम जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, मैं हेल्दी खाने की जरूरत नहीं है, and samosa, फाफड़ा, वड़ा पाव सब खाते हैं and they still don't gain weight, right? So if someone is very thin and very lean, is it a good thing? Absolutely not. Being overweight or being underweight is not healthy. Okay, so let's not encourage underweight health. So let's not encourage being underweight as being healthy or slim or wow toned or something like that. Okay. Second health implication that can happen possibly if you are underweight is that you can be immunocompromised, as in your immune system can be poor or can be weak. Having a weak immune system is obviously not a good thing. So we all understand this. Third health implication possible. Okay. Hormonal dysfunction. Your hormones may not be functioning well and your hormonal health may be compromised. A lot of people know about hypo, but you may also have heard about hyperthyroidism, which means your thyroid gland is overactive and is producing a lot of thyroid hormones, which in turn make you underweight, as in you lose weight very fast. Okay, it is not healthy. It can lead to more hormonal dysfunction disorders over time. Okay, low energy and sex drive. This is something that people do not realize, but over time it can lead to lower energy and lower sex drive if you are underweight over time. And one very important health implication that can also happen is that you may have a poor joint health or you may be more prone to joint injuries. Is that a good thing? Let's not waste time and get into the main section of this video, which is step-by-step guide on how you can gain weight the healthy way. Okay, and this is probably the only guide you'll ever need in your life. not boasting myself, but here. So step number one, you need to understand in weight gain there are a lot of things that you can gain, right? Weight is just an ambiguous term. In weight, you can gain fat, you can gain muscle, you can gain bone density, you can gain water. So what do you exactly want to gain? Most people would want to gain muscle or fat, right? If you're really very, very lean, then it is very ideal to actually go for a little bit of muscle gain and fat gain as well. Because obviously, it's not that your body fat is being stored just for the sake of it, right? Your body needs some fat to survive, right? And it's important to have some amount of fat on your body. But over accumulation of fat is also not a good thing. Under accumulation of fat is also not a good thing. Gaining fat is not bad. Please understand that. People might shame you for gaining fat. Usually people and fitness coaches say that, oh, if you want to gain weight, then you should gain only muscle. It's not possible. A lot of people, when they go on bulk or if you go on a weight gain diet, you end up gaining some fat as well, which is not wrong. Okay. So decide your strategy. If you want to gain more fat, if you're really very lean and if you really have to gain some fat, along with it, try to gain some muscle, right? So that can be one strategy. Second strategy, if you are like me, so I'm not very lean. I have a decent amount of body fat. I'm not very shredded and my abs and ribs are not visible, but I am skinny fat. I have a fat lower belly and abdomen, but I usually don't deposit a lot of fat on my arms, okay, or my legs. So that's the skinny fat kind of people. So for us, it's better to actually focus more on muscle gain and less on fat gain, as less fat gain as possible. That's an ideal weight gain strategy for people like me. So decide your strategy. That's rule number one. Step number two, you need to estimate your TDEE. TDEE literally means total daily energy expenditure. Simple, very, very simple. Okay. So it essentially means how much energy you are spending in the entire day. Total amount of energy that you're spending in the entire day. Very, very simple. Okay. How do you estimate it? There are lots of calorie counters. There are lots of estimation methods. There are lots of mathematical formulas. But hey, it's 2021. Technology has made life very, very easy. And even if we get a close estimate as in at least even if we are like 90-95% close to calorie amount that you're burning in a day, we are good. Okay. You don't have to run by the exact calorie meter that, okay, you must be burning exact 3,211 calories. Not like that, okay? You just take an estimate and you work with the range, okay? That's how it works. So I'll give you a live example on my screen now. Okay, so you see this, you just type in on Google TDEE calculator and this site opens up. Okay, and in imperial and metric you have these two options. Choose metric if that's easier for you. It's usually easier for me, so I'll just give you my own example. Okay, I'll put my age 24. For those who did not know that, you'll know now. Weight is 75 as of now. Okay, 1 month ago it was 72. I've gained some weight, so 75 is my weight. Okay, height is 180 centimeters, and activity I would consider moderate exercise or heavy exercise. I don't know. I lie in between both of these. I'm like moderately heavy. So let's take moderate for the sake of it. And body fat is optional, so I'm not going to put it. And here we get a maintenance calories of 2728 calories per day. Okay, so this is an approximate figure of how much calories I'm burning in a day. Okay, as per my body weight, as per my height, and as per my exercise activity level. So obviously if I'm doing a little bit more cardio in the entire day, so I have a cycle. So if I'm cycling around a little bit more, and say if the Mausam is good, if I go out and cycle 30 minutes extra, obviously I'll be burning some 150, 200, 300 calories extra. For now, we have taken an example of 2728 calories. Okay, so if you see this, you see different parameters here. One is basal metabolic rate, BMR. I'll just explain in very short. Okay, basal metabolic rate really means the amount of calories that you burn at rest, literally doing nothing. Okay, if you're just sitting on the chair or just lying on the bed and you're just sitting, not doing anything for 24 hours, not even talking, literally. This was BMR. Okay, this is the example of BMR. I wasn't gone into some Zen mode. I was giving you an example that even if you do not do anything, then this is basically BMR. It means that there's still some physiological processes happening in your body, like heart beating, cardiorespiratory system, like your blood oxygenation, etc., all of these things, right? So whatever is happening inside the body, it demands some amount of calories, right? Obviously energy ke bina kuch nahi chalta hai. Energy is the essential. So BMR essentially means basal or baseline metabolic rate. Okay, very simple, right? So the first thing that you see here, basal metabolic rate, 1760 calories per day. Okay, so this is again an estimate. This is basically the Mifflin-St. formula. Again, you don't have to go into the mathematics and the specifics. Okay, just thoda sa knowledge lene ke liye, I want you to see this. BMR, it shows 1760 calories per day. Okay, so at rest, I'm burning 1760 calories in the entire day. Okay, and next we have sedentary 2112 calories per day, light exercise 2420 calories per day, and moderate is where I usually fit, so it's 2700 calories per day. Okay, so 2700 calories is what I am estimating. You put it in the formula, you put your numbers, and you get your own estimate for the calorie figure, right? How many calories you are burning in the entire day. If you take a maintenance, right? So here, if you see this maintenance, what you really need to do in order to gain weight is set your calorie surplus, which brings us to step number 3. You need to decide on a calorie surplus. Okay, so for most people, achieving a target of 500 is pretty easy. Okay, 300 to 500 is pretty easy. But if you want to achieve a target of 1000 calories plus in a day, then that would really over time lead to some fat gain. Okay, so if you are someone who's looking to gain more muscle and less fat, it's ideally better to stick to 200 to 500 calories surplus on top of your maintenance. Okay, so in my example, 2728 calories. If I want to gain muscle, then my ideal strategy would be to increase 200 or 300 calories. In my case, I would preferably be eating 2900 to 3000 calories in the entire day, which I am. Okay, which I am. In that, the macronutrient composition, etc. comes later in the next step. But essentially what I'm trying to explain here is you need to decide if you want to go more for muscle gain or go more for fat gain. Okay. Now coming to the scenario of people who are very underweight and very low on the body fat percentage, then you can go for 500 or 1000 calorie surplus as well, because you need to gain weight a little bit faster. So I would recommend going to 500 or 1000 calories surplus in the entire day. Step number 4 is that you need to track your food. This is the step where most people actually fail, and most people actually do not put their efforts into, or they're not doing it the right way. They're not, etc. They're not consistent, whatever the reason may be. But this is the main step where people actually fail. And this is where I don't want you to fail. So now let me just explain a little bit on how you can track your food. Okay, there is an app called Healthify Me. You go on Healthify Me and you have a food catalog there, and it's very good for Indian foods. And trust me, this is not a sponsored video. I've been using Healthify Me for more than 4 or 5 years now. That is why I'm promoting it. Not because they're giving me money, not because they're not giving me money. That's the reason. Okay, they're not giving me money. I don't want anything from them. It's a good product. I'm telling it to you because I want you to use a good product which I'm using, right? It's your choice to use it or not. Don't write in the comments, oh, he's getting sponsor from Healthify Me, that's why he keeps blabbering about Healthify Me. It's not like that. Okay. So Healthify Me has a very, very big database of foods, Indian foods, which you can input. It is good to work with if you eat idlis, dosa.
Mysore masala, Mysore sada, bisbele rice, chicken tikka, chicken rice, dal roti, naan sabzi, vada pav, misal pav.
Everything is there on their catalog. You just need to be precise with your estimations, okay, or with your counting. So that's number one, which you need to understand. And what you need to do, again, if you just type omelette, you may get a different amount of calories. But if you actually take how many eggs, how much oil you used, how many vegetables you used, what vegetable you used, if you separately input all that, as in egg, so 2 eggs, ghee, 2 teaspoons, and if you take veggies like half onion, or if you just weigh the veggies, as in if it's 50 grams of onion, 50 grams of tomato, 100 grams of mushroom, whatever it is, everything is there on the database. So you need to be accurate with your tracking. Okay. If you just put vegetable pulao, you may get 300 calories, you may get 200 calories. But if you put actually the amount of cooked rice that you took, let's say if you took 200 grams of cooked rice, if you took 100 grams of boneless chicken, or if you took 100 grams of skinless chicken thigh, so a lot of calories can differ here, right? So boneless chicken has less calories, chicken thighs and chicken legs have a little bit more calories. So you need to be very precise with your calorie counting and tracking. Okay, this is where most people fail. This is what I was talking about. Healthify Me has everything. It's got a big database, but you need to utilize it in the right way. Okay, or else it won't work in the favor for you. And you don't need to track food every freaking day. Okay, you can just do it for 5 days, 7 days, 10 days until you get a rough figure of portion sizes. Then you can just mathematically just think in your brain, ki chalo theek hai, today I had itta rice, it's basically 300 calories, or char roti, it has 320 calories. So this is how you actually get into the habit and also have a fair estimate in your mind. Okay. And again, I don't want you to exactly count 300 grams of rice, then I'll have only 300 grams, not 307, not 284. Not like that. Take an estimate, work with estimates, work with ranges. It's more realistic. It's more easier to follow and easier to stick to. And that is why I always emphasize working with ranges. Okay. For your calories, again, range your calories, as I was telling in the step number 3, right? When you calculate your own calorie intake, you can't always stick to 3,200 calories every day, right? So you work with ranges. If you have to be in a 300 calorie surplus, like me, who has a 2,700 calorie maintenance, if I want to be in a 300 calorie surplus, that would bring me to 3,000 calories that I need to eat in a day, right? But can I eat 3,000 calories in the entire day, every single day? Obviously not. Some days I have a bigger appetite, some days I have a lower appetite, right? So what do I do in that case? I sometimes have 3,200 calories, sometimes have 2,800 calories. That's how the average comes down to close to 3,000 calories, right? So work with ranges. Don't always limit yourself or don't always restrict yourself as in I'll have X amount of calories every day. It can be X plus 2, X minus 2, right? So take that into consideration as well. 5th step is you got to choose more high calorie options for food sources, okay? As in you have peanut butter, which is a very good high calorie option if you want to gain weight. Almond butter, peanut butter, any nut butters. Nutella is also a good option. A lot of people actually ask me if I want to gain weight, can I have Nutella? You can, okay? We'll come to that. Sweet food and then junk food and sweets and chocolates. We'll come to that in the next section. But in this section, I'm going to tell you the nutrient dense sources of high calorie foods, okay? Just peanut butter, ghee. You can have more ghee with your dal rice, whatever you're having. You can add a little bit more ghee. But don't obviously exceed too much, okay? Anything in too much excess is not probably good for you, okay? So don't over consume it thinking that, oh, I want to gain weight, so 50 tablespoons of ghee. Don't do that, okay? A little bit extra is fine. Choose more nutrient dense options like nuts. Nuts are very good for your heart and very good for your joints. So nuts is probably something that you can include a little bit more. You get these trail mixes, right? So you can create a trail mix of your own, as in you can add a little bit of dark chocolate and some nuts and some dry fruits, etc., and you can make a trail mix and you can just snack on that in the day, right? So all of this really adds to your nutrient profile, adds to your hormonal health, adds to everything, and also adds to your weight, right? Adds to your calories. So it gets very easy to stick to your calorie target. Another good option would be having more rice with your meals. Rice is usually easier to eat more than roti. I can literally eat 7-8 rotis also, and I can literally eat a freaking plate full of rice also. I'm a monster, okay? You can also have more smoothies during the day. Like I really used to do this when I actually started gymming and all, when I made this incredible transformation, which was the newbie gains, what we call in the fitness community. So when I made this newbie gain, I was having a lot of milk and peanut butter and banana smoothie. I loved it. I used to have it like 2-3 times in a day and I was really not getting bored of it. And I still have it sometimes because I'm not as tolerant towards lactose or milk as I was 4 years ago. So here, life changes, life goes on, you have to cope up with it. Anyway, I still like smoothies a lot with my whey proteins, with my fruits, with nuts, with nut butters, with milk, with soya milk, with almond milk, etc. etc. You can take whatever milk and make good smoothies at home and try to have more smoothies whenever possible. You can also have more idli or dosa, something like that. It's a good carbohydrate source. You can have more chila as well, especially if you're going to the gym. Then all these good complex carbohydrates like oats, chila, idli, this will help you to fill up your muscle glycogen more, and during your workouts you'll get that pump and you will actually find it better to push through your workout. Step number 6, you can always follow the 80-20 rule. It is a very underutilized rule that people apply in their lives. This is very under-applied and underutilized, whatever that word comes. I'm not saying it right, but anyway, you understand the essence. This is the takeaway, okay? Have more of 80-20 in your life, and especially when it comes to nutrition, so that it is sustainable and you can follow it over time, right? So what essentially 80-20 means is 80% of your calories, or a majority chunk of your calories, should be from whole foods and nutrient-dense foods like fruits, vegetables, protein-rich sources, eggs, chicken, soya, dal, lentils, rajma, paneer, cheese, etc. etc. All of these are like nutrient-dense sources. And then you have vegetables, you have nuts, you have peanut butter, you have ghee, etc. etc. Right? All of this fits into the 80% of the bubble. Okay. And then you have a small portion, 20%, which also includes a little bit of junk, not so healthy food. Like suppose if you like having a Kit Kat, then you can have a little bit of Kit Kat. If you like Oreos, you can have a little bit of Oreo. Okay. But don't have most of your calories from Oreos and Kit Kats and junk food. Okay. Pizzas, burgers, samosa, papada, jalebi. Not a lot of it. Okay. Little bit you can have. Okay. So follow this 80-20 rule. This is very sustainable in your life, and this is how you will actually stay on track and also not compromise your health too much by having a lot of junk and processed foods, right? So that you actually find it easier to stick to your plan and you don't fail in the plan. You don't give up on your plan, okay? Step number 7, you need to sleep in the optimal way. People do not take care of their sleep and they think that I'm not gaining weight, I'm not gaining muscle, what's happening? I'm not having good energy throughout the day, I'm not able to focus well in the entire day. All of this happens if you're not sleeping well, okay? What do you need to do to increase your sleep quality? It's that you don't use a lot of phone at night. That's something that I'm also guilty of. I'm trying to work on it. You need to work on your sleep quality. If you are not sleeping well, if you are not sleeping enough, then your body is probably not recovering from the din bhar ka bhagdauड़ and the din bhar ka stress that you're taking, right? Even workout is a form of stress on your muscles. Even the pollution is a form of stress on your body, etc. etc. Lots of forms of stress that you take in the entire day, and your body needs time to repair and recover from the stress, right? So essentially what happens is a lot of people actually don't sleep well. They sleep for like 4 or 5 hours thinking that, oh, I want to hustle, I want to become an entrepreneur, etc. etc. All this fake stupid Instagram shit. And they sleep only for 3-4 hours and post a lot of stories that, oh, hustle is life. So I can literally go on and rant about this for hours and hours, but hey, hustle is life and all this stupid things, don't fall prey to that. You hustle whatever you want to do, you grind and you become a billionaire. But you take the example of the best billionaires, and they also take their sleep seriously. So if you take Gary Vee, if you take Warren Buffett, if you take Dwayne Johnson himself, The Rock, who doesn't know The Rock, right? So he takes his sleep seriously. So all of these very successful people in life also take their sleep quality very seriously, okay? So if you are not, and if you think that, oh, I have so much work, I can't work out, I can't sleep well, I can't sleep for 8 hours, then nobody can help you in being successful in your life. In whatever field you go, you may get billions of dollars, but you will be unsuccessful in the health and fitness department. It's always best to have a work-life balance which makes you healthy and wealthy, right? Wow, that's a good quote that I just invented. Anyway, so I also have a business. So I also deal with a lot of clients. I also do a lot of investing. I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of YouTube videos, editing, etc. etc. So much of things that I do in the entire day. But still, I take time to sleep for 7-8 hours without fail. And I do 1 hour of workout without fail. And I do 20 minutes of cardio without fail. So excuses काफी मिलेंगे, but when it comes to action, when it comes to execution, you have to say fuck excuses. Simple, okay? So you need to make sure that you are having at least 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, and that too at night, okay? Don't sleep 2 hours in the day and think that I'm finishing my sleep. It's always best to sleep in one go, and humans, we are monophasic creatures, okay? We cannot sleep for like 3-4 times in the entire day, chote sections mein, right? Step number 8, you need to stay off of smoking, okay? And by smoking, I literally mean all forms of smoking. So if not considered in moderation, then smoking, even your herbs that you smoke, can actually lead to a very adverse effect on your body, and it's best if you cut it out. Okay, but if you are someone who is a chronic smoker, whether it's tobacco or herbs, whatever you smoke, just make sure that you cut it down as much as you can. Okay, take it slow as per your pace, but eventually try to set a goal and try to eventually cut it out. Okay, it's doing you no good. Just the recreational purpose that you get. Yeah, I've been there, done that. All of these recreational things like smoking, alcohol, whatever you do, just cut it out and keep it to a bare minimum as much as possible. Okay, that's the best advice that I can give you in life, in your nutrition, in your health. And this is not a moral science or a motivational speech that I'm giving you, but this is a complete weight gain guide in a healthy way, right? So you need to understand all of this. Step 1 to 8, all of it really works. Okay, but you need to take it seriously. And the step number 9 is the one thing which works the most. Okay, and without step number 9, all of these steps 1 to 8 is just plain stupid. You won't be able to achieve anything. Step number 9 is that you need to be consistent. Okay, not gonna go about it for hours and hours, but consistency is the key to long-term success. Okay, so if you're not consistent, then you cannot expect good results. Okay, you need to be consistent, not perfect. Perfection is a dream. Perfection is a bubble created by I don't know who, but perfection is nothing. Okay, you can never be perfect, but you can always be consistent and achieve small steps in the long run. All right, small steps to achieve a bigger goal in your life. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends, family members and gym buddies and your fitness partners, and they would also take some value out of this video. अकेले मत value ले लो, थोड़ा सा बांटो, प्यार मोहब्बत, sharing is caring, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. It really helps me and it really motivates me to create more educational and informative content for all you guys. And thanks again for giving this massive support, and keep supporting all you guys. And this is my Instagram. You can head over to my Instagram if you want to hit me up for my personal coachings, video consultations, etc., and you just see what I do in my life, what I eat in my life, etc. You get to know a lot of my life. And you stay safe, stay healthy, keep watching Zealocity, keep eating your goddamn protein, and I will see you in the next video.